Hello everybody, Reggie Time here again, and today we are playing what is effectively a 12NL session on my newest club, Quad Miners. I have started all of these tables from scratch myself, and as you can see we're in some, in terms of like players VPIP, we're in some amazing games. Most of these tables, when you start them, most players sit with just 20 bigs, and quite a lot of them don't top up. So the start of the games can be kind of like just one street pokerish, but within 10-15 minutes usually players have doubled to each other, etc., and you're getting some pretty good games. And as you can see by the HUD stats, because I've been given a HUD for 3 days for like logging in for consecutive days or something like that, as you can see by the HUD stats, there isn't a good player amongst them. So we're talking super low hanging fruit here. Yeah, it's a little bit frustrating sometimes because the 20 big blind like min buying and players not topping up. It can be frustrating, but it's remarkably low hanging fruit, and eventually, much like a lot of spin up games do, like the spin up games on Sky, the Bandai games, things like that, they can get reasonably deep, like 40, 60, 70 big blinds deep, with some people with some remarkable statistics: 61-7, 45-8, 42-8, whatever that is. My eyes aren't as good as they fucking used to be. 58-16, look around this table, then we look around these guys. 43-9, 47-20, that's Gregish type player. 47-4 and 69-4. So even though we start off relatively shallow stacked, pretty quickly, hopefully, which will be demonstrated in this video, they get deeper. And even if they don't get that much deeper, you know, if there's just loads of people just punting 20 big blind stacks, it's not that hard to still develop a pretty impressive win rate. I'm going to talk about my strategies for beating these games, especially at the start, or beating like these fish with shallow stacks throughout this video. My general line of thinking is that we want to be finding hands that flop good top pairs, like this one does now with the Jack Queen, and then just like looking to stack off with like top pair plus for 20 bigs. It's very basic strategy. Hopefully we'll demonstrate on more than one occasion how effective it is. Straight away here we get it in against someone who had absolutely nothing. King 7, we open the Jack Queen under the gun. King 7 calls us. Donk calls the Jack 3-4 flop, and then check calls it off on the turn. This guy clearly hates money. And there, just jump dump like whatever it was. Not a lot on us, whatever. 20 big blinds of 12, and now it's $2.40. But as I was saying, these $2.40 or these like 20 big blind stacks, they can very quickly add up into a very, very healthy win rate. And almost with zero, like the variance involved has zero negative effect on your mental game, because yeah, fine. If you're losing, if you can take more flips, knowing full well that you're going to be getting it in with good equity most of the time, and the downside of losing the flips doesn't have much of an effect on your mental game. For a lot of players, that can be quite a positive thing. Yeah, nobody really wants to be continually playing against short stacks, but if that's the way to start your sessions to get into really good games, then that's just the way it has to be. You know, if we're going to be starting a session and playing for 2 or 3 hours, who cares if the first 15-20 minutes is at tables where there's lots of guys just trying to like spin up a stack then play. I mean, we'd probably rather, well, not probably, we'd definitely rather all these guys bought in for 100 big blinds and we played some proper poker with them. But ultimately, for me and for you, poker should be about finding soft games and taking money out of them. Whether that's 20 and 30 big blinds at a time from fish, or whether that's 150 big blinds at a time from like some more competent players who buy in deeper, it doesn't really matter. All that matters at the end of the day is my win rate in double figures, which it will be in these games. And if your win rate's in double figures, who really cares how it comes? I mean, lots of us like roast lamb, lots of us like bacon, lots of us like roast beef. We like it. We like it on our plate at the end of the product. We like the final product on our plate at the end of the day. We wouldn't like it so much if we saw the fucking pig or the lamb or the cow getting slaughtered. But we like the end product. And it's kind of similar with this. It's maybe a bit of a shit analogy, but basically what I'm saying is, it doesn't matter how you get to the end product of 10 blinds 100. What matters is you get to that end product of 10 blinds 100. And without question, these games are the easiest path to that type of win rate I've seen in many a moon. And that is ultimately, that should be all that matters to you, is can I beat these games for a quick win rate? Yes, I can. In that case, let's just do what needs to be done to achieve that. I think this guy's going to have some draws. He might bet here that miss, like Jack 9s, 7 9s, Jack Queens. I mean, he checks back, and it's just going to be hard to get paid by a worse hand on that board there. I mean, maybe we should just bet against a 60/7. Who knows? But he's going to have like open enders and gut shots and things there that can't call a bet. He's going to have as many of them as he's going to have like stuff like pocket 5s that might call 3 streets on a board that very easy for him to have crushed. So anyways, how do we best go about stacking all these fish? These aren't typically the types of hand you want to be playing. Obviously in the blinds we can just check and see our free flops, but you want to be playing you need to be playing pretty tightish, like your 20 big blind tournament strategy type ranges. So we're looking mostly for like broadways, suited, unsuited, stuff that makes good top pairs. You want to be playing like pocket pairs, 7s plus, things you'll be willing to get in in the tournament for 20 bigs. These are the sort of ranges you want to be playing at the start of these games. Now as we get deeper, we can widen our ranges. When we get to like 40, 50 blinds deep, we can start adding some more of the 8-9 suited and things like that into our range. Like ace 2 suited is probably not a hand you're going to open 20 bigs deep in the tournament, so it shouldn't be a hand you're going to open in these games, in my opinion. And this is just my opinion. I could be way off on this, but it's a strategy I've been employing and it's been going pretty well, to be fair, and it's completely stress free. So you're looking for things that like hold their equity well down the streets, like from pre-flop to river. You're looking for hands that like their equity holds up. Like 6-5 suited, for example, pre-flop has good equity or reasonable equity against Jack Queen, but once a flop comes down, if both hands miss, then 6-5 suited loses a lot of its equity. So you want to be looking for hands that hold their equity well, that are going to do well at showdown against people with these types of VPIPs. And I guess we just bet the river here and probably call the jam, but won't feel great about it. He just snap calls us and we drag another 20 big blinds down. So yeah, these are not going to be your... If you're the type of player who loves getting involved in games, you know, at least 100 big blinds deep and not battling with regulars, because no one really likes that, but you know, like playing some more thoughtful, deep stacked poker, then these are not going to be for you. But most of the guys who watch my channel are going to be recreational players who struggle to win at poker, who just enjoy playing and aren't that asked about like knowing the fine details of 4-bet fucking jamming ranges versus regulars with like aggressive 3-bets. So that's most of my players. Most players who watch my channel and they're not into that kind of thing. Some of you are, I get that, but lots of people are just recreationals who just want to find a poker site where they can win some money, or at least have a fighting chance of winning some money. And this is that club. You're not going to be put into mind-bendingly tough spots by regulars. You're not going to be sat at the table with 4 regulars, potentially thinking, you know what, I might be the worst player at this table. You're not going to have any of those things. I mean, look, you can be a distinctly average... You could be a 25/10 poker player who is, to be honest, let's face it, you're not going to be winning regularly with those stats. And in these games, 25-10, you'll be fucking destroying it. You'll just be absolutely crushing the fuck out of it. And you won't be put to any like mind-bendingly tough decisions 150 blinds deep very often, because those situations just don't arrive. So yeah, it's a different way of approaching the game for many, but personally I fucking love it. I'll play for these shitty stacks all day, as long as at the end of the day I've made. If I like play for 3 hours, and at the end of those 3 hours I've made 180 big blinds, I don't give a fuck how it's come. Just give me the 180 big blinds and let's crack on. Let's relax, enjoy our day's work, and move on to tomorrow. That's all that matters. Play 3 hours, win an amount of big blinds that you're happy with, and move on. You know, whether that 180 big blinds comes from one huge pot and the rest of it being break even, or whether it comes from lots of small pots, it really, really shouldn't matter to you. I think people just sometimes have the wrong mindset in terms of like what they need to do and what games they need to be in order to be a winning player. But there's just so many different ways to win at this game that I think sometimes people are too blinkered as to, well, this is the way it should be done, and I'm not going to try and do it any other way. And I would have been that guy even just a matter of a few weeks or months back. I wouldn't have thought that playing in games where the vast majority of players are in between, like, well, the average stack at a table is 25 to 30 big blinds. I wouldn't have thought that would be my cup of tea at all. But when most of those players with 25 and 30 big blinds are just getting in with you regularly, way behind your range, then I'm not surprised to learn it, but I'm surprised that I didn't realise sooner that there's a bloody good games to be in terms of like the effect it has on our overall win rate. It's been quite the eye opener to me, to be honest. Quite the eye opener. To give up on this flop, I'm afraid, against two players with an SPR like less than 1 or just over 1. See what's going on. So this dude's just like limped again. I mean, this dude's just having an absolute blast, isn't he? Limp calling the Queen 5, not giving a fuck on that flop. I mean, fingers crossed this dude runs pretty well and gets himself up to a 400 chip stack, and there you go. All of a sudden you've got some dude playing a 70/4 almost with 60 big blinds in front of him, and that is nice. I think perhaps we shouldn't be going with the 3x opens, given we're usually starting relatively shallow too. I'm going to take a stab at this on table 1 now. I mean, don't expect to get a ton of fours, but he has checked twice. We can credibly rep an ace when he calls then. We're just shutting down. Won't be surprised to see a donk bet on this river taking his time. Yeah, we do, and we have the easiest fold ever. Right, we want to be in a pot with this guy, don't we? So we're going to flat this min raise on the button with just Jack 10. And he probably, if he's paying any attention, he can't see bet bluff here with this dude in the pot. I'm going to try and hit our gut shot. We're not going to try and hit it a second time now. Sadly our friend left and it's been replaced by a 37.6, so it's not a 69.4, but this guy's 3-bet us. He seems reasonably aggressive, doesn't he? I mean, I guess we're just going to 4-bet and not fold. And we check it out. I was surprised. Did not expect many players in these games to have 3-bet folding ranges. I mean, I guess if anyone's going to have one, it's going to be some guy who's trying to play reasonable poker. Not sure going after the only other player that even looks like he's considering playing decent poker is the way to go at these tables, or the regs really can just, if you do happen to be with a table with one other regular, I mean, it just makes all the sense in the world to stay out of each other's way and just wander around picking up the fruit that falls to the floor or the fruit that's very much within reach. There's just no reason to like battle with another regular. I mean, it makes no fucking sense whatsoever. Oh, maybe that's what floats this guy's boat, who knows. Looks like it is. Fuck it, let's have some fun. We're only playing 10 and L. Who gives a shit? Let's just pile. Let's just fucking pile it and give 0 fucks because it's just 10 and L and we might get some folds. Oh, he's all in. Time to get there. Oh, Queen 10 and deuces. And we flopped the nizzles. What the fuck is this guy on? I guess he just put his foot down and said, no, you're not doing that to me. We're not set-minded. He just decided he was taking no prisoners. And the Queen 10 suited was plenty enough to stack off with there. What a legend. Did not think I was piling the Ace 10 for value there. I was piling the Ace 10 for the fuck it, who gives a shit. I mean, I think we're just losing nearly all the time here with this Ace 9, but the half pot we probably shouldn't be folding. I think we can easily fold this river though. He bets again. How do you like that Ace 10? How do you like it? On the third pot, getting it done. You can see average stacks just starting to creep up around these tables. This guy's got 60 odd blinds now, this guy's got 40 odd. Around this table we've got 50, 30-ish. I mean, they're just creeping up slightly. We've been playing, what, 21 minutes, and the average stack's probably increased by 50% across the tables, maybe less. I'm not sure, I'm not entirely sure how to figure it out. I mean, this table's still performing relatively poorly on the average stack front, but that's just because we've kind of wiped 2 players out, so the fresh players have come in with the min buy-ins. But we're not going to complain when we've more than doubled our stack. I mean, who doesn't love this? We need min 3 bets. I mean, we have to call and just hit a pair and stack off, I guess. Do not hit a pair, so we will not be stacking off. Didn't like that, but it was such a small 3 bet. What can we do? We just call, hit a pair, hope to hit the one that helps us and not the one that kills us. I should probably, for now, change my open size to 2.5. Save on multiple clicks. Alright, okay, well, we're going to be all in here. And we're flipping. I'm not getting there by the look of it. Nope. Did not get there, but never mind. Yeah, we're making 2.5x our standard open now, won't we, I think? Possibly even go to like 2.2x, 2x. So he would basically looking to flop a top pair and go broke. Did not flop a top pair. Being tiny 3 bet again by a 45/2. It's too deep to just like rip it in here. That's a pretty diabolical turn card. I mean, maybe we just win against pocket queens, no heart. Aces decided not to put any more bets in. Min 3 bets in pre and then puts 0 more bets in. I get it up from the turn. I get that he just wants to get the showdown, but I'm surprised that he didn't stab the flop just to like let me have value and charge draws, etc. 37-6 opens, but I'd like to have seen a flop with the Jack 9 suited there, but yeah, I think you have to be disciplined in these spots because there isn't that much money to win with those types of hands post flop. These are more implied odds type hands, and if you don't have the implied odds because people's stack depths aren't as deep, then you kind of need to be disciplined when people with a 6% PFR decide to go for the isolation. No need to be disciplined with the ace 10 versus two limits. We just pile a huge fuck off raise in and see what happens. I mean, I guess we're calling it off now because we're getting like 1,000,000 to 1. We need help. We've got it. Someone just like donk jams 3 times pot. We've got top pair. Not gonna call it. Yeah, this is such a relaxing grind. Such a relaxing grind. It's hard to explain just how chilled it is. Knowing that you're not going to be put in any like mind-bendingly tough spots. I mean, as I talked about before, I'm a path of least resistance type of guy. It's just who I am. So the easier things are, the better, as long as I can make a win rate. I mean, if these games are easy, but like the most you could win was 2 blinds 100, then yeah, it'd be a waste of time. But if we can make a win rate and have like 0 pressure at the same time, then who the fuck doesn't want that? Chop it up. Chop it up, table 1. I think we missed a trick there. I think we should have stabbed the turn with we picked up the flush draw and the fold equity. I suspect it's too late to bluff now, but fuck it, we'll give it a go. Oh, it was certainly too late to bluff. It's a shame when someone straddles and you can't play the 8-7 suited. I mean, maybe you can, who fucking knows? I mean, I guess we could just fucking limp it at this table with the 6 VPip behind. I don't know. I'll have to give some more thought to that strategy and speak to some people cleverer than me to see if we can have some like suited connectors in our calling ranges relatively shallow stacked with rake. It's certainly beyond my pay grade as a mathematician, but someone somewhere will know, and I will be asking the questions in the right places to find out. Because as soft as these games are, and you know, where you can probably have a relatively basic strategy and still rake fucking plenty of big blinds per hour. If you can optimise that strategy, then you're a fool not to try and do it. As you can see on this table, there's less players at it, but the average stack is now like getting on towards 40 blinds 100 from the 20 blinds 100 it was half an hour ago. So as I was saying at the start of the video, as your sessions evolve, the games will just become better and better and better. The worst part of your session in terms of like value at the tables is always going to be the start, and you're always going to be building towards something better. It's just the nature of these tables, and it's nice not stabbing multi-way with the unimproved King Jack here. This dude's got a 28% c-bet, so I think we can call here and play pretty well against him post-flop, given that c-bet stat. Just going to make a little probe bet here. Probably not going to put any more money in. I think you can have stuff like pocket 10s, pocket 9s, weak Jack X that doesn't want to bet, etc. Just way too many hands in his check call range. When you've got a 28% c-bet, too many hands in his check call range there that are just ahead of us, especially on like the king turn, but he can sometimes float with us like ace king, king queen, stuff like that. So we're halfway into the session, into the video, sorry, session video, whatever you want to call it. Let's see how we're doing. We are down 2.5 big blinds there. Plus 15 big blinds. Plus about 80 big blinds. So we've won like 100 big, well, close, well, between 80 to 100 big blinds already. Fair enough, it's mostly come from that big pot where the guy just punted with his queen 10, but I'm just trying to demonstrate, and I know this is like short-term, result-orientated thinking from this video alone, but it's very much in line with, what I expect to see in these games a lot of the time, obviously with a bit of variance. That, you know, if you're playing 2 or 3 hour sessions, then in these games, if you're not really bad at poker, it's not unreasonable to expect yourself to comfortably make at least 100 big blinds every like 2 or 3 hours, and maybe your hourly rate in these games, if you're 3-tabling them, is going to be what, 30 big blinds an hour seems very reasonable to me. Plus rake back. I mean, it's not bad. I mean, how many big blinds an hour do you just say you're playing Zoom and you're making 4 big blinds 100 because you're really good at poker, and you're getting 1,000 hands an hour. Then you're only making 40 big blinds there. And I think this is a lot easier grind than Zoom. And my estimations could be out on both of those things, because let's face it, a lot of people aren't 30 big blind 100 Zoom winners. Lots of you guys will be break even or losing Zoom players, I would guess. Maybe small 3-bet coming here from a absolute fucking nit. But I mean, we're obviously calling because it's a very small 3-bet. Hit me. No, that has not hit me well enough. You can check back all you like, sir. You're only getting 1 street max from me. I don't even like putting the 1 street in, but yeah, we have to. Check Fold River. Okay, we win then. That was unexpected. That was unexpected. He bluffs that river, we just fold, he just wins. But I guess that's why he's 29-9, because they don't bluff rivers, and you can just like exploitively overfold versus them when they show aggression, because they just are not aggressive enough in spots where aggression would do them a lot of favours. You know what that tic-tac noise means, don't you? Time for the vape. Excuse me. To just get it in here, if we like back raise jams or anything against it. 60/14, 7/7 deuce seems like a very reasonable flop. Not folding if he does anything. Not folding at all, but he doesn't. Three-way all in. Fours, Jack 9, Ace Queen. What's not to love? What is not to love? See if we can get anyone to come along for that enormous raise. I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful someone's going to do it. Someone's just thrown a turd at me, which is nice of him. This dude's having a giggle. We flop a set. Let's just check for the hell of it. Okay, let's just bet now and get it over with. Hello, ladies. Jesus. You know what? These games are so soft. I think even my wife could beat them. I think when you do play these games, I think you want to be setting aside at least 2 hours for your grind, ideally, because it would be a shame to like constantly just play for like 45-minute, 1 hour sessions and then leave the tables as they start to become better and better. I think like obviously playing short sessions is going to be completely fine because they're so soft. You're going to make money anyway, but it does seem silly to develop tables, get them where the average stack size is very favourable, and then leave them. But I mean, I understand sometimes people can only play an hour or what have you, or 45 minutes. Sometimes that's just the way it is. Pretty grim facing the min race here, but he is 67.8, so we're going to assume he's got some worse value in his range sometimes and doesn't have to have us beat. And River's not pretty, but he did race before the flop, so he shouldn't have too much 6x in his range. We have to call that. Okay, 8. Min raises a set, checks the turn. Doesn't get the value. Doesn't get the value his hand was entitled to there versus my hand. Hang on, someone's already raised. Just gonna call. Straddle pot here. Bump it up. Some dudes check raised all in, which we're not in love with, but I mean, I guess we're not folding. Having crushed, and we win. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Seriously, if you haven't paused the video yet and rushed to message me on YouTube, Facebook, wherever, then what are you doing? Stop the video now, get in touch. In fact, no, the video's going to stop now anyway, so you don't need to stop the video because I'm going to stop it, but yeah, let's just see what's going on with the amount we've won. 112 big, 19 big blinds. 119, about 130, 140 big blinds. That's another 50. Yeah, almost a 200 big blind session. And we haven't been in a remotely tough spot in it. Yeah, we ran well, we've won a couple of flips, we got it in good against people who shouldn't be playing the hands for the amount of big blinds they're putting in. But I mean, come on, how easy has this been? You know, who'd have thought that I'd be making videos advocating people to playing games where people are binding for the minimum, but fuck me. It does not get any softer than this, guys, and you need to be joining and signing up, don't you? So yeah, we're going to end the video here. I'm going to be sitting out all of my next big blinds and leaving, and then we're going to wrap it up, and I'm going to then jump into some higher stakes games and hopefully have a lot of fun with it. Flop me a top pair, get me the money in. Oh shoot, this is the call time table. I guess that I should explain what a call time table is. It does prevent people from hitting and running. If you play one of these call time videos, then you cannot leave the table when you are winning until you do what I've just done there, which is like click call time, and then you're forced to continue playing for another 15 minutes. I mean, of course you can leave, which I'm going to do and just blind out because I don't really want to play another 15 minutes. Yeah, I wasn't aware I was at a call time table. I mean, this one might be one too. No, it isn't, so we can leave this one. So yeah, sadly I'm going to have to blind away a little bit at this table before it lets me leave, but such is life. Yeah, it's just going to force me to sit out, isn't it? I mean, I'll probably just continue playing actually at one table because the thought of just putting blinds in and losing them, especially this short-handed, it'll be quite expensive in terms of big blinds, so I'll just bite the bullet and continue playing this table. If I had known I was at a call time table, I would have continued with the 2 tables and give an extra 15 minutes to the video, but never mind, that's not what's going to happen. So yeah, please get in touch about these games, guys. You will absolutely love them. And it's going to be very hard for you not to be able to beat them unless you are some kind of absolute moron. So yeah, get in touch. All contact methods are beneath the video, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. But for now, we're going to just wish you all well. Hope you all take care. Hope you all stay safe. Hope you all look after yourselves and each other. And yeah, much love, everyone. Take care. Bye bye for now.